everyone. Yes. And welcome to the Warriors Den. It's Thursday, May 31st, last day of May, and we are 11 days, 3 hours, and 59 minutes away from the Ubisoft press conference at E3. I've had this countdown on my phone for a couple of months now.
Yes.
Busting people's balls with that. So, hello everyone, I'm Luc Duchesne, along with Damien Kiken, game director on the project. So, where's Mr. Pope?
He's
coming.
late.
Yeah, he's late. He's coming. He has something with his kid this morning at school. So, yes, we do have families and life outside of For Honor. I know it's hard to believe, but we do, and it's a good thing for him to go see his school, like end of year concert or something like that. So, we're starting with me and Damien. So, as I mentioned, like E3 is coming very soon. You see that the challenge when Eric prepares you a run of show is like E3 is in less than a month. It's in 11 days, man. Maybe it's time you update your run of show and do something with that. So it's coming very, very soon, but we're going to come back on that a little bit later. So, Mr. Damien, there was a matchmaking update you wanted to give to our viewers.
We are doing updates on matchmaking since 2-3 weeks now, since the beginning of Season 6, basically. We have a post on Reddit, post on the forums. We asked players to give us feedback about it. And feedbacks we had a lot of them. They were pretty negative, but we had a lot of those. And very interesting ones. Right now, we are, and I don't know if we'll say it. No, we won't say it, so I will say it now. The man is here!
Mr. Punk just came in the room!
Wow, that was slippery.
But he doesn't have a microphone.
He almost
That was
destroyed everything.
And he almost broke the set.
We could be like that, you know?
Yes, I know. It's my dream.
Anyway, so matchmaking, so a lot of feedback. Thank you everyone for those. Right now, I think one of the top reasons for those type of feedbacks that we got is because of the MMR reset. So during the first 2 weeks, we could have everybody that could play with almost everyone. And so we thought really a real skill behind it. So it was pretty messy. And now I think after 2 weeks, the MMR will stabilize itself. So now you should get into more balanced matches. We're not updating right now the parameters. We're not updating those this week because we want it to stabilize first.
So I should no longer fight guys like Clutchmaster at my
No longer. So keep sending feedbacks next week, like this weekend, etc. If you think it gets better. We have still done one feedback this morning.
Yep.
It was on the activity feedback.
Which influences the way people think about
Which I think polluted a lot the feedback and the perception of matchmaking. So
he's really taking over, huh? He just came in, didn't say hi to anybody, and just like...
Everything was low activity during the first 2 weeks despite Dominion. So now it should be fixed. So tell us this weekend if you think it's better, if you think skill is better. What I especially like with the current situation and the feedback we got from players that we start having players telling us you should get rid of reputation in the matchmaking.
You like that?
And I like that because since the beginning the team believes that we should only matchmake on skill and not on reputation because reputation doesn't mean anything. It just means
let's
how...
all lean back. I think
it just means
for me, I lean back because I'm in the frame of the camera. And I take a lot of space in front of a camera.
It just means how long you've played the game. But and we think reputation matters a lot at the beginning of the game. Because the beginning of the game, you're learning the game. And so the skill is not that important. It's more how long you've played. But after 10, 20, 30, 50 hours, well, it's really the skill that matters and not the reputation. The problem is that everyone, even people from the team, even us, when we play, when we're at the face of screen, we're like, oh, what the fuck? He's 20 rep higher than me.
Yeah.
It's unbalanced.
It's a natural psychological response.
Exactly, it's a natural feeling. And so that's why we need to take into account reputation as well, because the lowest the gap, the better you will feel the matchmaking is.
Right.
Eric, I think your mic doesn't work.
And
No?
and we
So
never
I'll keep.
Thank you.
and we never so right now we are never favoring reputation over skill, but we try to find people of your skill inside your reputation bucket. So that's the current direction we have. We'll see how it works. But what I like is that I had people on Twitter insulting me saying, oh, you should get rid of reputation, only skill matters. And I like that because we never had that during 1.5 years. So that's cool.
And it's also what you, were you saying that's also what you personally believe as well? That
I believe that's what matters in our game is skill.
For sure.
And then we have edges with skill as well. So right now, my MMR is my MMR on the game. But if I take the Shinobi, I won't be as good as when I play with my Kensei, for example.
But you'll have the same rep.
And we don't have an MMR per hero because you select your hero after the matchmaking.
Yep.
And so we have a question from the Q&A on that, and we'll go back to that. But it's a whole thing. But I like that the debate right now, keep it coming. I think it will get better in the coming days, next week, etc. And then we'll redo an update when the data stabilize and what feedback stabilize.
Among the dev team, we're definitely putting a very big focus on it, is what I've noticed.
Yeah, I'm going to the desk of the people working on that every day.
Yeah, you're not the only one.
And I'm not the only
Shout
one.
out to those guys.
Yeah.
Leave me alone, let me work.
If they work hard on that.
Yes, they do.
So.
Cool. Luke, how are you?
I'm good, Mr. Pope. How are you? Thanks for joining.
Much. Yes, thank you for covering me. I was on, like, Google Maps told me I would get here exactly at 12, and then, like, Montreal traffic.
Yeah, you tell me.
Longer and longer and longer.
I could talk to you about how long it took me to get here this morning.
Oh, really?
I had to close down Saint Laurent Street coming down here.
F1, right? Is that why?
No, F1 is next weekend. It's the weekend where we fly to E3.
And they close the Montreal.
Yeah. This weekend, this weekend it's the bicycle tour. They close a damn city for the island tour, like Tour de
2
l'Île.
days.
Yeah, super fun.
Cool. Yes, but thank you for covering for me.
Anyway.
My pleasure.
All right, so we're through these ones, yes?
Yeah,
we're at
those
event
ones.
playlist Beachhead.
Great. So happening right now.
Yeah.
For the next week.
Yeah.
We put Beachhead into minion mode specifically in the event playlist.
Yeah, so why do we do that? It's usually something we do at the beginning of seasons to showcase the new map so that player can play on it and play on all the variations of those maps so you don't have to be in a specific front that is located at a specific place to play that location. But we just putting it out now because we had Carousel of Death the 2 weeks before, so we don't want it to split too much our community. So now, if you want to play,
just whoever the comma in that just makes it seem like someone saying "playlist Beachhead." Sorry, that just made me laugh. Don't know why it's a comma, but it's very funny.
So anyway, so if you want to see all the variation of Beachhead, enjoy that map, learn more that map. That's the place where you want to go.
I love that map. It's really cool looking. Cool. So we wanted to do a little recap on the orders of the Rite of Champions.
Yeah, so what happened?
What happened?
Yes, what happened, Damien?
Did the samurai...
I think I have an email that tells me what happened, so I'll grab that.
Did the samurai won their order? That's the first question I want to ask.
I will confirm that the samurai did in fact win their order.
Musashi the Crane on all platforms. And I love that because that was the request on last show.
Yeah.
How is it going right now for Adrake the Warthog?
And
I think right now the Vikings are crushing it now.
I think it completed this morning, and I have an email with the results.
Do we have the results?
So what is amazing is that the Knight was won by all the Knights on all platforms. The Samurai was won by the Samurai on all platforms.
I had the same reaction when I read it on the show.
What's going on with the Vikings? Usually they won all orders.
Yeah, by the way, they were second place on both.
If they lose that one...
Confirm the Vikings won on all platforms for Hydric the Warthog.
2 second place, 1 first place. How can I say that? Vikings.
Congratulations, community.
But you're right, though. That's very interesting.
That's really cool.
The community gravitated toward whatever order was their brand.
I love that.
Cool.
Love that.
Well, congrats, everybody.
To be honest, I didn't thought it would happen. Really not.
especially
It's
the way things have been
we
going.
we need to trust our community.
That's true. Cool. And so just a couple reminders.
So each faction is one
yep.
1,000 steel and 2 crates.
Yes.
Because they won, and then the Vikings, I think, were second
Another,
on
so another
the
1,000
others,
steel and
so
2 crates.
they
They have
were the-
2,000 steel and 4 crates.
the one
Yeah.
who won the most.
Yep.
And then Knights and Samurai won the 500 steel.
Yep.
The 2 other ones. That's
Cool.
really cool.
So yes, the event is over, sadly.
Sadly.
But you still have a chance to get the bundle.
Do we have Reddit asking us to have Carousel of Death as a permanent mode, like
Yep.
any game mode we do?
Yes, the specific
Is
request.
it more?
I don't know if it's more, but the specific request I saw was to replace Skirmish with Carousel of Death. So, that's not the plan, but that's the request. It's the most fun mode event variation we've done, in my opinion. Like, it's the most fun I've had because it's so hectic.
Yeah.
So hopefully it'll come back someday.
don't
Who knows?
know.
Who knows? But yes.
And do you want to have a fun fact? It's not a fun fact, but a data fact.
Even better.
here we
Even
go.
better.
A data fact. 1/3 of all the new players who came with the free weekend and bought the game after, etc., played Carousel of Death.
Okay. So the newer players.
yeah, and we were impressed by that because
Yeah.
we thought, okay, even playlist a bit hard to
Yeah.
find, etc. It's a bit weird. It's maybe scary when you begin the game and all. We still had one out of 3 players who played it.
That's great.
And in average, they played 9 matches.
Well,
So like they played it and they came back.
there you go. So it's
They
a
So
came
it's
back
a
for
good
more.
mode.
interesting. So it's a good mode for newcomers. That's
Hey,
what makes sense.
we should do that. Each show we have one data fact.
If you want to sign up for that, people would love that. But that's on you to provide.
The data fact
I
of the
need
week.
those.
Da-da-dum.
People would love that. But yes. So yes, you can still get the bundle if there was anything that you didn't loot during the event.
Yeah.
Mask outfits, emotes,
Which is
lootable
exactly
effects.
what I've done this morning.
You bought
I was
it this
like,
morning?
oh, I didn't play much the event, I couldn't. Let's take the bundle.
Yes, and
Okay.
the bundle price changes based on what you've already looted, so it decreases based on all the things you already own.
Yeah,
So,
and it's live until the 4th.
yep.
Yep.
So you have a few days to
Next Monday.
to get everything you didn't. got.
And this is also the last day for entries for the community creation contest.
Okay.
We've seen a lot of them roll in this week. Last week we were saying like, come on guys, but I think everyone was taking their time because
Yeah,
they
to
had
do
the
it
full
well,
2
yeah.
weeks. We've seen some amazing
Yeah.
stuff.
That's
But
worth
it's like when
sharing
you work
among
school.
the team.
Yeah.
Like to procrastinate is one of the best things.
So good.
Yeah.
Like you wait, and then I need to do it, and you do
It's
it.
amazing.
Yep. So thank you everyone who contributed, and it's going to be hard. It's going to be hard to choose winners because they're all so good.
I want to say something else. Can I? No, but I want to speak about the emotes.
It's always like that. you
In
know, people
meetings.
are like that. That's how we have to deal with. Like, it's not only in the Warriors. Then it's on every meeting. I have something more. I have something more.
Let's hear it.
Very
What is
easy
it?
to work with. No, it's the emote.
Yeah,
The
the
emote.
sword.
We never said you could put out the sword.
It's true.
And we're like, how fast would the community find it? Well, really fast.
They found it before we even did the Warriors done last week, I think.
Yeah, but it became popular after the
Yes.
Warriors End, so that's why we haven't said anything, because until you don't unlock it, you will always see a fail.
Yeah.
So in the heroes menu, it's always a fail. So you have to do it in game and then see that it's pure random. So there is no, because there are some theories that this hero is more successful than this one because Roman likes it because he's a centurion or whatever. No, it's
Conspiracy
even
theories.
it's balanced and it's pure random.
We should have like musical cues or
Yeah.
graphs on that show for data fact, conspiracy
yeah.
theories.
Yep.
And so it's
fake
pure
leaf.
random. I can't remember the ratio, but I think it's 1 out of 10, something like that. So
Okay.
it's rare, but it's doable.
Cool.
And it's one of the gifts from the animation team. They had this idea. It's like, what if?
Yeah.
And we're like,
It's
yeah,
super
go for
fun.
it. And then they said, yeah, but you can't preview it in the heroes menu. We said it's even
Yeah,
better.
even better,
Do
exactly.
that. Anyway,
If you do have any last-minute entries for the contest, or if you did art or creation but you just put it on Reddit, you need to email us at For Honor Contests, all one word. Oh, yes, Max, look at you.
Oh,
For Honor Contests at Ubisoft.com. Please make sure you email it to us or you aren't actually eligible. So send it over. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
And then content of the week. I'll let you present the content of the week, Damien.
So it's a small week, I would say, because battle outfits. But one out of those is amazing.
Okay.
At least for me, it's amazing.
It's like up your alley.
But I will let you discover those, and then I will see it after the video.
Okay, well, let's check out the battle outfits for this week, and then we'll be back to talk about some other stuff that's very interesting. So let's check it out.
we're playing musicals here.
I'm so sad you missed it.
Well, we were too busy shifting seats, and I missed the
So
outfit. He was so
didn't
excited
saw the
about.
good. So
It's so much work to go from there to there.
So it's the
Like,
first
ooh.
outfit, of course, the dealer's choice, c'est ça?
Dealer's choice.
I love that one.
Yeah. Are you a gambler, Damien?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
No,
Do you
no.
like card games?
Yeah, I do like card games.
Okay.
But am I a gambler? I'm not sure.
Are you good at them?
I'm a data gambler.
Yeah. That's why I was wondering. You probably
So
because you can.
it's, if you see what I mean.
I love card game of solitaire. You know when I'm alone and I have nothing to do? Like I used to do that.
Anyway.
A gambler. I hope that's a meme. I want to see you like as Kenny Rogers.
No, but
as
he's
the
the kind of guy who would go to Vegas and think he can break
He
the
just
machine.
counts the cards.
Exactly.
And
I
math
will.
equations are behind his head.
I'll break the algorithm.
It's Rain Man.
No, because I'm a data guy, I
That's
know I can't break
Max.
the machine.
Max just called you Rain Man, by the way.
Yeah.
Just saying.
Maybe it's a compliment. Who knows?
He was very smart. So yesterday, if maybe if you've been busy with your life, you didn't see. Yesterday we put out a video.
Did we?
We did. Which,
Past.
Present
and
and
future.
future.
yeah. So
You're
what?
so good at marketing.
We need, I didn't choose that name.
So what was the?
I choose less and less things, actually.
What was the idea behind doing this video, this content at this time?
The idea of doing that, it's we're going at E3. Mm-hmm. I think we mentioned that before. 11 days, so you need to update your run of showman. Less than a month. It's like less than two. Yeah, it's
less than 2 weeks.
yeah. It's less than 2 weeks now. No, we're going at E3, and we felt that at this time in the life of the project, it was a good moment to look back on everything that happened. Mm-hmm. Since we launched on February 14, 2017. Mm-hmm. And like Roman and Damien did a talk at GDC that is available on YouTube that you can all go watch, in which we are, like the guys are super honest and open about what happened and the challenges we encountered during that year, which was not always easy, let's be honest. But I think, and thanks to all of you, because you kept supported us, you kept coming at that show, sending us feedback, and that really helped the team to go through those challenges and like we're making it for the good reasons. And so what happens is we say, okay, now before going at E3, where we're going to announce something, I don't know what yet, or do I? Let's get there.
More and more people coming, which is also exciting. So here's a little catch up for those people new to For Honor. Here's a little look at what we've been last year.
And the one who didn't came back, who played like a year and a half ago and weren't aware of all the things that happened.
Yeah.
And there's one comparison that I made in, I'm not sure if we're going to watch it or not, but I'm going to.
We are.
I'm going to say it now, so this way when I talk about it, you'll know why. And it's actually, I stole a quote from Stefan, our producer, that right now it's like when we do games, a game like For Honor is like an amusement park. Like before, we're making a game, shipping it, it was coming out, and witnessing what was happening. Were people happy, unhappy, were going on vacation. Then we started to do patches, we fixed our games. But now with live games, the comparison with the amusement park is that while you get a lot of people in when the park opens, you need to maintain a level of activities throughout, and you need to fix your. There's a lineup that is too long in one ride. You need to fix it. If it's leaking in the kids area, you need to fix it. If it's bad, you need to fix it. You need to create special events to expand your park, to create a new park, new rides. So all those things that's what people go. And if they go to Walt Disney World, for example, I'm not afraid to say I've been many times with my kids. Time we discover something new. And it's open in a new area. There's a new one opening next year. That's what we're doing. And for me, that's all what the team has been doing, like thinking about ways to entertain the players. That's why we do events, so it's different. And then it's it would be cool if we keep it. Yeah, but the fun of it is to do it for a limited period of time. Then we'll come back with something else. So, no, it's...
Yeah, it's a good analogy for what we do.
No, I think it's the best one.
Which basically means that we're carnies. We're carnival operators.
with I think one...
I can probably fit one of those guys. Well, you're the guy we put in the cannon and we... Boom! Cannonball Damien.
Yeah.
I don't fit in the cannon.
There is one big difference, though, is that I think, at least the game is also shaped a lot by the community.
Yeah.
And I don't know how they do in amusement park, but I'm not sure it's shaped a lot by what people say, but maybe it is, I don't know. But that's also a big part.
Yeah.
For sure. Cool, so let's check out the video. For Honor, past, present,
and future.
So pay close attention. Again, if you haven't seen it, if you missed all the conversation and speculation, I won't spoil it until we come back. So let's check it out.
Then we will confirm everything.
Damien, let's check it out.
One of the great things with For Honor is that we're only at the beginning of the game. We can explore so many aspects of that universe.
The team never stopped working on that game, and it improved on all levels, and that is the beauty of a live game. Being a live game brings a whole set of different challenges. Before we were launching movies. We're making a game, launching it, and then you were just witnessing the reaction. Now, it's an amusement park.
It's a constant shipping, constant working. We delivered more than 5,000 new pieces of content. We're delivering new content every week.
We had 4 big events, starting at Halloween, and we just held our 4th one with Heroes March.
It's a big challenge, but in the end, you're never bored, and you're constantly also surprised by the reaction of your players. And that's really enlightening.
That first year was 2 things. It was really tough, but it was super exciting.
We learned a lot from the community. We did some mistakes. We fixed most of those. Some of the biggest learning we had, it's how to balance fighting game.
Balancing means something really tough in the world of For Honor. Today, we start to have the correct tools in terms of evaluating characters, in terms of collecting the community feedback.
On For Honor, the community has been at its core since the beginning.
We work very closely with the top players of our game. We bring them to the studio every couple months for workshops where they test upcoming content and they give us very helpful feedback.
And that collaboration keeps going once they leave. Now we have what we call the rift. the rapid iteration fight test.
Our designers can directly speak with the players, speak about what they want to change and why.
We do the Warriors Den every week. It's a weekly show we do on Twitch. It's every Thursday at noon, Montreal time.
We can speak with our community, present what we're working on, what's coming out, but also what will be coming in the future. I think our job evolved from game developer to entertainers.
It's an ongoing relation, and that's really making the game better because of the feedback they gave us and because of that ongoing discussion and work with them.
If I had to describe the For Honor community in one sentence, I would say they are a hardcore, meme-loving group of nice people.
We didn't have really a place where you could practice and take your time and train yourself on your hero or against specific heroes. And that's why we've added the arena mode.
You can configure the boat to perform specific chains of movements with those characters that you're not necessarily good fighting against. Helps you become better against those guys.
After the launch, we discovered some issues on the connectivity and the stability of the game. And even by improving and fixing a lot of bugs, we never reached the quality we wanted For Honor to be at. The team really believed in moving to dedicated servers. All the online architecture, they had to rebuild everything.
Now the quality of life for a player is much better. There's no more host migration, for example.
We don't have any more NAT management. So if you're a red NAT, yellow NAT, green NAT, we don't care. You're playing on servers.
We reached the ceiling with our previous architecture. Now it's our floor. So we can just improve, and the team keeps working to improve it over and over again.
It's only the beginning, and we have so many ideas to make the game grow that it's mind-blowing.
For me, E3 is a chance to reconnect with a lot of people and to show to everybody that For Honor is in a state now that if you want to fight with a sword, that's the game to be in.
We have some cool surprise. We can maybe show you something.
Don't miss it.
Yes,
Did
so
people
that's a
notice?
video. Oh, people noticed for sure.
That I'm wearing the same shirt.
Oh. No, that's what you're talking about.
I know. That was the joke. Who noticed that? It's you, right? Yeah. Andrew
Same
noticed
shirt.
that. Yeah, same shirt.
We shot that this morning.
Exactly. And edited and everything. But we released it yesterday.
So are we confirming that we're introducing Prince of Persia in For Honor?
Oh boy.
I don't know.
I'm kidding. It's not that theory. Sorry,
I
guys.
actually hadn't seen that one yet.
That
Oh no,
one
I
was
seen it
funny.
yesterday.
You saw that one?
Yeah. I
That
saw a
one
bunch
was
of
funny.
things yesterday.
Yeah.
But,
I love so many theories.
There's a lot of theories.
Maybe some are right.
but
It's
we are
funny.
not confirming
Yeah, exactly.
anything.
There are
Yeah,
some that
no.
I want to point out that I want to laugh at right now, but I won't because I want people to continue.
Yeah.
Some are very funny, and
But
some
there's
are actually right. So
There's a reason why we did put that in.
oh yes.
It's for the exact thing that is happening right
Yeah.
now, so people.
Oh, and that's the best. Like people,
And
I love it. I mean, the team
our
loves to see the
community is really
speculation.
smart.
The community likes to
Really
discuss
smart.
it. And yes, there are very smart people, very historically educated people that are, yeah. So good stuff out there, guys.
Yeah.
Very soon, you get to find out much
Yeah.
more what's behind that. So,
Yeah. And wait. What's the? I said it before. It's now 11 days, 3 hours, and 30 minutes before the start of the Ubisoft press conference. Ooh. And I have no idea where we are.
I was just going to say, you don't have it timed to the exact minute
No,
that
I
we're in
don't.
the conference?
I don't. I don't.
Not yet.
Not yet.
I'm sure you
I
will.
don't know. Yeah. Yeah. In 8 days, I'm flying there, so I'll see where we are.
Cool. Well,
It's exciting.
yeah, it's super exciting, and I thank you, Luke, for covering for me. I think you get to go do another meeting now.
Yes, about E3.
Yeah, perfect.
But I don't see anywhere on the run of show if we talk about that. And if we don't, I want to talk about that.
Sure.
You did post that on Reddit this week about the kids drawing.
Oh, yeah, it's not on there.
It's not on there, so did you want to talk about that?
We should. I don't know if, Max, if you can try to snag that image very quickly while we chat.
Now he's
He's
Stressed out again.
No, I think it's one of those things where when we say that the game is crafted a lot by community feedback, yes, like all the workshops and the rapid iteration fight tests and Reddit and Twitter and everything,
we're reading everything, and but this is like the same thing happened with the cow. It was somebody who did post something on Reddit, but in that case, I don't know if Max will find it.
He's doing it. I can see.
If not, we'll post it somewhere. It's there's one kid who draw like Napoleon, the battle for Napoleon's sword.
A guy said, "My son likes the game. I don't know if he watches him play or if his son plays himself, but I think not every kid, but I know when I was a kid, I obviously liked knights and swords and all that. So he drew a made-up seasonal event, which is." It's funny. He didn't draw like a character or it was specifically an event. So maybe he's a future game designer, Damien.
Maybe.
So he made up an event called the
Battle
for
Napoleon's Sword.
Didn't spell it correctly. That's fine. Spelling's not important.
Which isn't a bad idea.
No, it's not.
People seem to like it. So, but he didn't just come up with the name. He did a whole, we would call it key art. He did a whole image that presented the mood of the game. Just a pencil and paper sketch. So anyway, we sent it around to the team. Everybody loved it and loved it so much that we thought, oh, well, it'd be fun to actually kind of pay tribute to this kid. And we
asked some artists to do it.
Sorry, I was getting distracted by Alex. It's linked in the chat, but Max is also going to put it on the show, right, Max?
Yes.
Great.
But and the thing that you don't know, maybe Eric, is that like you saw it, and it was in our team, like our restraint team, that it's okay, let's check, and Pascal already asked.
Yeah.
But I got like 2 other emails from other people on the team
That also
who
said-
saw it as well and said, oh, we need to do something for that kid. So it's something that really caught people's attention.
Yep.
Yeah.
And I think it's amazing, and we did print. Alex wanted to send a print,
Yeah.
and she asked for a poster.
Yeah.
She got the massive thing, like 3 feet by 4.
No.
Like, it's gigantic.
Oh my God.
So if you're watching, I don't know if we have your address or not. Send it to us.
Yeah,
but
Gomez
get ready
16.
to receive a gigantic poster of it.
Perfect.
It's enormous.
It can be on the wall of his room. It can be the entire wall of his room.
Yeah, literally. It could be the door.
All right, Max is going to put it up in just a second so you can see.
It's coming.
But
Max is-
yes. It just goes to show how much the team here loves seeing fan art from all ages. So there's the original image.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
It's a battle of Napoleon, so.
Yeah. And there's
a real
our
one.
version. So
Our interpretation.
toggle back
Yeah.
and then forth again. Yeah. See, that's
It's
pretty.
Yeah, man. It's
What I love is the mask.
Yeah, the mask hanging off the
hangs
sword.
on the
Yeah.
sword.
Yeah.
no
Yeah,
super
it tells
creative.
a story.
Yeah,
It
yeah.
tells a story.
Super creative. So yeah, I didn't see on the run of show, so I said let's talk
Yeah,
about that
good
because
call.
it was amazing.
Good call. So yes, that's why we love your fan art. It really inspires the team,
Yep.
which is always it's just a great feeling. So keep that stuff up.
Yeah.
So yes, we're gonna now have our friend Stefan from the fight team join you here on the couch to do some Q&A. We haven't done it for a
As
little while.
promised.
Yes.
And I'm leaving.
Yes, and Luke has to go to a meeting about E3. So thank you, Luke, and thank you.
pleasure.
We'll be right back with Stefan and Damien for Q&A. I lied. Steph
So I tried to make room for him
is
to
getting
come,
mic'd
but
up right now. I thought we had more mics than this.
yeah, before
Somehow I feel this is Max's fault.
before E3, all budget goes.
Yeah,
towards
we had
that.
to sell our mics to get to
Yeah.
E3. Yes, so I will cue this up for Steph, because before we get into the Q&A, we wanted to first show you a little treat that the fight team has prepared. Shout out to Ronnie, shout out to Vince. There are a couple other guys on the team that did a lot of the legwork on this. What do you got for us, Steph?
We're going to show you a teaser of the Season 5 win rate.
The win rate,
Results.
dual win rate matrix.
Yes, we showed you guys. Ronnie, Vincent took the lead on this and put together that state of balance for Season 4. We all thought that was amazing. It was really cool to get a tidbit of like, where are the characters from our results?
Yeah.
So we want to repeat this for Season 5.
It's something we want to keep doing seasonally to give you literally a state of the balance as of the end of that previous season. So the newest one will be the end of season 5, encapsulating the season 5 game.
Exactly. It's a whole of season 5 in one thing. This one's even better because it's got win rate and pick rates.
Oh, yeah.
So that might be interesting.
Dude, are you sure? I don't think I sent over pick rate. The blog will have pick rate though. So that's even more...
yeah. That's what I mean.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Today we're just going to show win rate.
tease.
So the blog
The
will
tease.
go deep on it. It comes out next Tuesday, so be prepared for that. So, you scared me. So let's start with season 4 to show where we were last season. Max, if you could. Right. So
Lot
this,
of numbers.
I know it's
I
a
love
lot, and
it.
maybe you have to
for you,
maximize
David.
your screen if you're
for me.
watching windowed right now.
Yeah, get your binoculars out and
This is
check
where
this
we
out.
were at the end, at the beginning of season 5, basically.
Yeah, so all of season 4 is in this data for the top 2.5% of players across all platforms.
Yep.
Top meaning best players.
The most winningest players. I would say it that way. Yeah.
He doesn't want to say best.
No, that's, it could be.
They're all the best. They're
all winners.
Yeah.
Exactly.
But the points I want to direct you towards here are Peacekeeper obviously has been number 1. We can all guess this has been true for season 1 through 4.
Yes, for a while.
Shaman's up there. Lawbringer was the one that I think most people are like, why
More
is Lawbringer there?
surprised. Yeah.
Yep.
And then at the bottom, what's really interesting is you can see Highlander was 39, super low. Kensei 45, also pretty darn low. And then Orochi, who we nerfed for the start of season 5, didn't we?
You sure did.
Yeah, we did.
You sure did.
But I think we made it up for it in season 6. So,
So let's swap over to the
So
next.
this is before Kensei rework, before Orochi, before all of those. So
Exactly.
this is season 4.
Yep.
So no reworks.
No reworks
Exactly.
as of this point. So now let's jump over to the season 5 summary. Oh, he did it.
ta-da! There you
This
go.
is season 5.
And you can see, as you just mentioned, Conqueror, Kensei, Berserker all go way up.
Conqueror, number 1.
Yeah, maybe a little too high, but that's Conqueror for you. Recall that this is the full season too, right?
Yeah.
So this gets a little bit of this like happiness effect where everyone's like, let's play these 3 characters and murder everyone with the new talents.
The new hotness.
And then it slides down a little bit over the
Kensei,
season.
Berserker, Shaman.
Exactly. Small nerfs to Conk, but I think Conk will still be more or less number 1. And then you see Highlander made it out of 39% to somewhere in the middle, 51 I can see. Orochi, as you can see, is the most bottom through season 5,
Yes.
but got the buff in season 6. So probably won't be 40 when we show next season.
Then the Valk.
Maybe.
Is something highly requested by the community.
It's true.
Is bottom in season 5.
Yes. We
How
are
interesting.
very well aware of this, Damien. Thank you.
Although the confusing one for me is
bottom now.
Yeah,
That's
I don't-
interesting.
it's hard to give a great answer for why is this the case. Maybe the top 2.5% are not patient enough with their stamina management or something, because Zone is pretty good.
Maybe.
I don't know. Maybe it'll be like Lawbringer and it goes.
I think Gladiator's
Or
also
maybe
pretty
the,
low picked,
the
right?
good guy with Gladiator picked someone else.
Yeah, yeah.
Season 5.
That could well be. Maybe they all went back to Berserker.
Yeah.
So we wanted to share that just again as a glimpse. This is obviously not the best way to present it. That's why we're doing a blog. So you can stare at it as long as you want, and then in the blog we go in depth about a lot of the points on there that are interesting. So you'll see the 1v1 matrix like we just did, the pick rate as well, which is interesting, and then the same in 4v4, the 4v4 win rate and the pick rate. So lots of good data there. So that's coming out Tuesday. So stay tuned to forhonorgame.com there.
Thanks to everyone who made that.
Yeah.
Thanks. We really appreciate it. And thanks to you for going through all those numbers one by
Oh
one.
man, that.
This guy became a numbers guy.
yeah?
Can you believe it?
So I did that matrix. I had to do every single cell in Photoshop. I'm not good at Photoshop, and I had to move all the little heroes around too because the order changed.
Yeah,
Obviously,
yeah.
So
I learned a lot this week.
I wanted to say that because thanks you to Eric. And also, if any are wrong, it's probably his fault.
No, that's a very good point. Any errors you find are definitely my fault. So yes, let me know. I'm sure there will be something, and then there'll be name calling and all that.
Very good use of Eric.
So let's get into some Q&A, which is something we try to do as often as we can. It always actually takes some time to gather them, which is why we don't do it as often as we'd like, because we're very busy folks over here. While we're doing this, I would also say please feel free to ask questions in chat. So if by chance we have a little lull in the answers, Alex might grab one or two from chat as well that we can address during the segment. Did you want to do tournament stuff?
So just before we start, we won't answer anything about E3, of course.
No.
Yeah.
Don't ask about E3.
So don't ask about E3, don't ask about new heroes, stuff like that.
Yeah.
We won't answer that.
No.
Thank
Cool.
you. Be
Tournaments?
patient.
Sure.
Coming.
Okay, I guess before we get into QC, camera. Oh God, these cameras. Thank you.
Here. We look here, and he looks there.
I need something.
Yeah.
My targeting's never been amazing in these games.
Which is why you're a shaman.
I would.
I don't know what that means.
We wanted to say a few things about upcoming tournaments. There was just one last week, which was really good for Glory. Team UDA, so Clutchmeister, that I know Luke name-checked earlier, and his squad defeated Scorebrand and the Canadians in the finals. So that was really cool. Congrats to
Scorebrand and
everybody.
the Canadians. That was their name?
I love it.
That's
It's
good.
so good.
That's good.
So good. And then this coming weekend, if you want to get involved, we've got a couple that are
Yep.
about to go on screen.
Max is queuing it up right now. Boom.
There we go. Awesome.
Yay!
Trial by Combat, so Sunday, June 3rd, 1 p.m. if you're on PS4, 1v1 tournament. So that's really awesome. You can see the link at the bottom there.
For Honor Arena.
It's really good. This has been going a good series, some strong players, but there's room for everyone to get in and try to knock them off the mountain.
Oh, yes.
What else do we got? 4v4 Dominion on PC, Saturday, June 9th at 10 a.m. This is being run by Endervex, who's been running the Four Glories up until this point. Super involved in the community. I know you'd love him because Master Kensei over here.
So I already love him.
Yeah,
Yes.
there you go. And then Double Trouble, Saturday, June 9th, 1 a.m. PS4 again. Super good, 2v2 tournament.
Cool.
So there's something there for all
Lots
kinds of
going
players.
on. We're seeing more and more tournaments, which is great. We're trying to support them as much as we can. Obviously, there is more we can do and we do want to do. And we do a blog post as well to try to encapsulate all those and to give people a glimpse of what's coming. So always check out forhonorgame.com. It's our good friend Jimothy, who's probably in the chat, unless he's, I don't know, drinking a mojito. He does that article, so give a shout out to Jimothy. If you ever have something specific you want to tell him about a tournament, you can ping him directly on Twitter. It's UB Jimothy, I think. He'll confirm in the chat. But anyway, more and more we want to cover and support tournaments, so stay tuned for more. Now can we get to the Q&A?
Let's go for the Q&A.
right.
Again, I think it's way too long, way too many questions.
Well, I do that
so
on purpose.
This time we'll try to do quicker answers.
The thing is, so I know it stresses people out when I give lots of questions. It doesn't mean you have to answer them all.
Last
Just
time we
pick
did
the
1
best
hour and a
ones.
half.
Oh, I remember.
Yeah.
Just pick the
Anyway.
best ones. All right. So we're good with the bold?
So check which one of those you want to answer, and I will do this one.
Okay. Start with you, Ben.
Yeah,
Again,
start
remember,
with
I
me.
wasn't here this morning, so these
Yeah.
guys, I would have prepped them, or they would have prepped me. Okay,
We
starting with
prepped
the top one,
ourselves.
yes?
No,
No.
the two top
Okay, why
we
don't
don't do them.
you guide us then, Dan?
Yeah. So first question is from Soldier of Dawn.
Soldier of Dawn. I will also mention we focused a lot on the forums this week because we felt they deserved some love and they had a lot of great questions. So thank you all for your questions.
Could it be made possible to combine 2 or more effects on the same execution idle and emote slot in the future? To be honest, I'd love that, but we can't for performance reasons. Already, you can have 9 different effects per hero
Good God.
on a match, and you multiply that by 8. The FX team, performance team, wasn't super happy when we came up with that idea. We did it, but I don't think we can go
Yeah, stack
more
them on
than
top of
that.
each other.
And you have some emotes that have effects as well.
Oh, yeah.
So yeah. So now we are at the limit. So sadly, no.
Okay.
Next ones, if any of those you want to answer those.
Sure. Let's take a look at Wayne Detta 4K. What's a general idea for the future in regards of making recovery time slower and attacks faster? So we saw with Orochi that we did speed up some attacks for the Season 6 rework. The intention there is to make some of these more effective. We saw 600 MS lights are just too slow, especially in chains when the guy's doing nothing but staring at your attack. They're going to get parried. You can't feint them. 500 is even, I mean, you can decide if that's too fast or too slow. 400, we're seeing Orochis are not dominating everyone. They're very, very good, but they're not hitting every time. They're hitting sometimes, and we want them to hit sometimes. And speed is one of the answers, whereas stuff like unblockables, mix-ups, and speed are kind of the three big ways to make hits successful.
And obviously, that exact thing has been a big topic, is the Orochi lights. Light spam, as some people might call it, or the Aramusha as well. I think tied to that is probably our input latency, or our latency work that we're doing.
Yes, and I think there is something else that we already discussed a bit, is that some of the lights, those lights are guaranteed. But they are
On the immersion,
but they are still displayed as attack you can block. So like for example, on the Warden, one of his light attack, he does 2 attacks, but we only feedback 1, because the other one you can't block it. And we don't do that on all heroes. So some heroes have guaranteed ones, but we still display the attack. And so players think they can react to it while they can't. And I think this is not helping either to understand how things work.
Right.
So I think it's a sum of different things, like input, of course, frame rate, of course, but also this type of things that I think are not helping.
Right.
Yeah, I agree. There's definitely room for some clarity.
Something we're discussing, like how can we improve those?
Yeah, we're aware of that conversation amongst the community. We know it can be a little frustrating when you're getting whooped
now
by
you start seeing on forums, on Reddit, you start seeing the assassin meta.
Yeah.
I love that.
Oh yeah,
that's new
some of the
meta.
speculation I saw,
Yes,
the E3
meta.
speculation is like,
And-
oh great, a bunch more assassins.
Yeah.
Like,
So yeah,
give us the benefit of the doubt.
Something we're
Wasn't
looking
Conk
at.
#1?
Right? Thank you. Okay, yes, let's move on, Damon. You're right. We don't want to spend an hour and a half this time.
Would it be possible? So it's Takuram.
Takurum.
Would it be possible to make the extended region on South American region to match with the whole American continent? So it's something we already did in the past with Middle East and Europe, or Africa and Europe. So we try to connect together players or to some server that makes sense in connectivity. So I don't know if this one would make sense lag-wise. Maybe for that player it makes sense because he has an awesome connection, but maybe he's the exception.
Yes.
So it's something we need to investigate. The team is constantly looking at that to try to do the best optimization.
Yep.
So maybe we'll check if that one makes sense or not.
Cool. Okay.
So this one we can't answer it because we didn't check it. No, it's a question about audio, but I don't have the answer.
Yeah, we're going to
So,
look into this question.
So we'll
from,
look into this one.
but I'll mention it now that you've said it without saying it. From Tier Joe, he asked about an emote sound discrepancy. One thing's been confusing for a long time is the emote sound discrepancy that you hear yourself opposed to what your opponent hears. Is it an odd design choice or a bug? So we'll get clarity from the audio team what the intent is there for you, Tier
Because I know there was some design to avoid audio spam and stuff like that, so I don't know if it's tied to that or other things.
Cool. Cool. So, Cayman 42?
Yes, Faction War.
At the moment, castles provide bonus only to one territory. What about spreading the effect to surrounding fields, even if the effect is weaker for them? That way it would be easier to keep your territories and the swings in territory control would not be so big.
Yeah, so we made this specific point to be harder to be stolen, in fact. So that's why you have more soldiers on it. That was part of the design. So it's not a bad idea, but we need to be extra careful by doing things like that to not make the faction war more static. So if you have now all the surrounding region that have more soldiers as well and that are harder to get back, so then you're really making it more static, and that's not something we want. So it's a balance to find. It's not a bad idea.
Cool.
We'll suggest it to the team.
Cool. Okay. Steph.
Okay. Yeah, let's do that one.
Bagginses. As of right now, parrying a zone counts as a heavy reward. In the future, could you make it so that certain characters' zone attacks, like PK, Orochi, or Warden, could count as a light, so we can get the light reward for it since they are harder to parry?
I mean,
Shrug.
It's something you discuss with the players in the workshop, if I remember.
it does come up sometimes, yeah. Parry's a tricky one right now because if the more attacks that give up a light reward, the more the difference between the amount of damage that the attacker could have gotten versus you as a counterattacker who parried it can get. So example, if a zone attack gives 20 damage, let's say, but you can parry and then top heavy for 40 damage, now the other person's got to hit 2 zones for every 1 zone that you parry. And this is not a great risk reward for
doing
Warden.
it, yeah.
And then we go back in turtle meta.
Exactly. I'm going the opposite way. So I'm actually on the other side of the fence where we should make it less bad to be parried.
Okay. That's fair.
Is my personal
It's a
opinion.
good answer.
It is a good answer. I agree. Okay.
So this one is weird, the cryptic one, or cryptic one.
I think this was an older question, I'm assuming, which is why.
Or maybe he's not aware, so we can tell him.
Let's tell him.
So-
Krilltic.
When will we get the ability to apply the visual of lower gear to higher gear? Well, you can since the beginning of Season 3 with Visual Collection. You just go on an item, press A on it, and go to the change look option, and now you can.
It's one of the great Season 6 features.
It's cleared all my bags. I'm so happy.
Damien, the Phantom Iron Troop on chat asks, are you guys... So the way he phrases it is weird because we never were, I don't think. Are you guys still considering a makeup event, hopefully where you bring back old event weapon gear pieces for those who couldn't get the ones that they wanted this time or past events?
So yeah, we've always said that we look in how we could bring back those rewards and when and how, etc. I know some games are doing like an event that gives you back all the previous event rewards and things like that. It's not something we discussed internally, to be honest. We have other ideas for the moment. But at one point, some of them will come back in specific ways, but I don't want to say how and when and things like that. We have some ideas related to that. But really, the meaning of those weapons and rewards is that they are exclusive to their
very
event.
limited.
And that's why it's cool to
Yes.
be there during an event, and that's why we create event is to create those moments where you get exclusive rewards.
Right.
And the less we do that, or the more we give it away in other ways,
It's not special.
the less special it gets. So it's always a balance to find. I get it. Yes, some of those were really good, like the Apollyon ones, the black ones, etc. So we have some ideas, but I don't want to break the fact that it's very interesting because of that.
Right. Cool. Steph.
Yes.
So last week on the show, I had been out for a week for vacation. I came back to do, I gathered my community corner clips, and I guess while I was gone, one topic that became at least a meme topic was the bomb bringer.
Bomb bringer.
Everyone made hilarious bomb bringer videos, and now We the North is asking, could we tone down area of effect direct damage feats, especially when teams are breaking?
So AoE direct damage feats, bombs and so on, is something we have a very, very close eye on. There's some, let's say, earlier to unlock feats that I think are more dangerous, like Fiat Lux, for example. maybe you need to nerf sooner rather than later. We're not opposed to Bombbringer, though. I think it's interesting that people know what that character is. I think the big trouble spot is all the knights want Fiat Lux and they want Catapult, except for Fear itself on Peacekeeper. All the Vikings want Fire Flask. So maybe the long-term goal will be to try to get these heroes to want to do something a little more specific. Like, it's very sad that Shaman characters don't take the bleed feat as a tier 4, and I'm like, that's for you, right? It's like, no, we prefer Fire Flask.
Yeah.
Okay. But it's also very important that your tier 4 feat has a very strong gameplay effect.
Right.
You spent your time,
Takes
you've
a lot of
unlocked,
time to get to it and earn it.
maybe you've
You
carried
don't
the
have it
Lawbringer.
often. You have a long cooldown, etc.
Exactly. So yes, are there balance changes to be done? Of course. We're looking at them. We don't want to nerf them into the ground. But
Right.
Yeah. I don't know when we will do the fit balance because it's something we're discussing a lot. So we're still focused on some reworks, but yeah,
Cool.
something we need to do next.
Cool. This one's a yes, no. I mean, it doesn't have to be. I'm just. Could you guys dial back on hyper armor and unblockables?
yes, no.
Yes, no, maybe.
Yes, no. Me. Orochi and PK in season 6 neither got an unblockable, neither got hyper armor / super armor / uninterruptible stance / Shugoki armor / revenge armor.
Everyone has a different way to say it.
Yeah, and there are some things actually, which is
Yeah.
kind of sad. But anyway, yes, there's different ways of on speed. I think these are interesting to cast a little bit more, and it's not just like every help gets unblockable. That's not.
Cool.
Yeah.
Sorry, Damien.
So-
Did I
so-
skip one of yours?
Yeah, but it's one. It's still the same person. Could we be to vote on maps before matchmaking? Idea, but we can't do that, of course, because it would make the match worse.
Yeah.
Because then I would need to look out for people the same map than you,
Right.
the same skill than you, the same rep,
I think the
and
peop-
then you wouldn't
You
never
tell me,
find the
but
match.
my assumption is the people that care enough about what map they're going to play on are the ones who do the work and right.
Yeah,
Like,
exactly. So then
why
on
why
my
force
vote-
people who don't really
yeah,
care
exactly.
playing on?
And that's why it's a vote.
Yeah.
Something else. Yeah. So yeah, before matchmaking, do it. I think not sure about what I'm about to say, but
Oh,
it's
I love it
something-
when you do this.
It's something we wanted to have. I know there was a task on that. I'm just not sure we should. Is that when you join in end flow? So when you join in progress a match that is about to start,
If you join a match between matches,
yeah, you should be able to have. It's something we didn't
Okay.
had in the past, but I think we could have with the servers.
okay.
But I'm not sure about that. I know I played with it internally. I don't know if it's out.
Out, it's on the horizon as an option. Great.
For the defense 4, we won't go through the whole question, but he's speaking about the revenge. Just wanted to rephrase that we're looking into how we could do a small adjustment on revenge based on death ball, etc.
Cool.
And so, won't say when it's coming, but we have a quick fix, I would say. Or a quick
Micro
win.
fixes.
Yeah,
Micro fixes.
yeah.
Micro fixes, I
micro
like
fix.
that.
Yeah, we could move on to another one. The
Yeah,
one-
you really did put an answer for every single one of these. That was not my intent. You just pick the ones that you like, Damien.
Yeah, but I like doing.
He's a
good
detail-oriented man.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I don't know, Steph. Tell us if the ones with Steph you can answer them on.
Sure. Maybe we'll do a rapid fire one then.
Yep.
Yeah.
Princo Pale.
Pinko Palino 097.
Sorry.
Prinzo. And maybe we can actually put the matrix back up. Is Berserker a bit too strong now? Is there any little nerf coming?
So we did give a small nerf to Berserker about zone attack, damage was reduced. Backward zone was significantly reduced in effectiveness.
Towards the end of season 5.
Yes. So I think Berserker is going to end up in that nice middle point where it's 50, 51, 52, somewhere in there.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see this next season.
Yeah.
Where it shakes out.
It'll be super interesting.
There definitely changes.
Yeah, so Berserker's difficult to beat, but is not shaping the game right
Difficult to beat, but not unbeatable.
now. Yeah.
Cool.
Perfect.
All right. Do you plan, Damien?
Yes, add embossing and colors pattern to conch, piqué, scent, and glad on their helmets. This is asked by Gallo. We have a limited amount of slots where we can put player expression. So for some heroes, you have them on the helmets. For others, you have them elsewhere. So it's not something we can do for the moment, sadly.
Okay. Okay. This is a great Damien one. Candle in the Dark, who's a great dude. Could we have an update, please, Damien, on where the team are with getting team shuffle and join in end flow working together, and how high a priority is it?
Right now, the team is more focused on matchmaking. So those guys are really like every day we try to look at matchmaking, improve it, etc. So we're more working on that than the team shuffling. Team shuffling is still something we are working in background, but we get constantly hijacked by emergencies. Matchmaking is one of those.
Sure.
So that's why it's still not out. I don't have an ETA.
But it's still...
It's around mid priority, so it's not low priority at all. But yeah.
Cool. So it has not been forgotten.
No.
Okay.
And we have team balancing as well. That's part of. So we want to do team balancing and things. So we have many improvements around that subject that the team is working on.
Cool. I will jump ahead to Matt, 89, Connor. If I can, I want to ask. He's very polite. He's probably Canadian. There will be changes on, he's probably saying will there. Will there be changes on 4v4 modes and gear stats in the future? I think a Dance of Death 4v4 one round only will be amazing.
So it's a two-part question. First one on 4v4 game modes. Yes, we'll continue to do in-game events. We'll continue to do experiments on game modes, 4v4, not 4v4. Since something we want to continue, I won't tell you more, of course. And looking at gear stats, so we did a rebalance recently. I think it was beginning of season 6 or the patch before, I can't remember. But we've rebalanced attack, defense, and all of those based on how people were using them, how much it was favoring their matches. So system, we're looking into it. We just want it to be balanced. And then the gear stats overall system is something we're looking into. Is it good? Is it bad? Should we change it or not? But that would be a way longer term thing. But it's still something we're discussing a lot internally with some of the designers.
Cool. Okay. Claudius Cat. This is another Damien one. Sorry, Steph. In the outfit purchase screen, there currently is no way to tell if an outfit's color can be used for defender or attacker until after you purchase it. This thing, defender attacker color, is such a common
subject.
Discussion that I always send to you, and Damien's like, as we've already discussed, here's the answer. But I still always hound him with it.
Yeah.
Is there any plan to put an icon or symbol on the outfit preview pane so we know before buying them?
It's a good idea.
I like that
I haven't
idea.
thought about it.
Yeah.
So is it possible? Maybe, I don't know.
Yeah, we have to investigate.
Because now we start having a lot of icons there as well for many different
Hieroglyphics.
events, stuff like that. But it's not a bad idea.
Cool. Thank you for the cool idea, Claudius Cat. Okay. Oh. Will there be future changes on Dominion mode? Like many suggestions from players to add captains or some rule changes to reduce the death ball tactics. I get yelled at anytime I say death ball on this stream. I'm just saying it because he said it. Let's just say gank.
Who yells at you?
My good friend Asari, our head moderator on the Reddit. He does not like it when I say death ball because he's one of the people, and I tend to agree with him, that death ball doesn't really exist. We showed with Bodrat when we had him on the stream that there are ways to play around it and, in fact, win matches. So
I think it depends at which skill level.
he's pretty skilled.
Yeah, that's the thing. So we have an investigation on the go about Dominion balancing and how we could favor less in those specific skilled bucket players.
Favor less?
So have
Flavorless?
so have the death ball tactic less efficient at that skill level of player. If that makes sense. So we don't want to. So death ball is a subject for
a
part
subject.
of our community.
It is.
Okay. We're investigating how it's impacting that part of the community and how we
Yes.
can make that less efficient for that part of the community
Yes.
without breaking dominion for
For
everybody else.
the rest, yes. Okay.
That's
a good
and-
answer.
And that's the tricky thing. So we did a first investigation, no quick wins, so not like, oh, we should, just by changing that, it will change everything, because just by changing that, we're breaking the game for other people. So now we're in round 2 of investigation. So deeper investigation, deeper understanding of what is really going on and how we can really impact that one thing and not the rest.
Yeah.
So no quick win or easy solution, but we had people working on the team on that subject for several days,
Oh, yes. Oh,
like
yes.
many weeks ago.
Indeed.
And it's not buried now, but we don't have a quick solution.
Right. Okay.
But we have the revenge thing coming soon, TM.
TM. Okay. Here's a good one. PDX Gore Child. It's either Al Gore's child or someone who likes gore. I don't know.
I think it's Al Gore.
Yeah. I hope it's Al Gore. Are UB, that's you guys,
Okay.
considering looking at revives anytime in the near future? Seems a lot of people these days are feeling that an unlimited number of revives in most game modes is a bit ridiculous and feeds into the death ball meta.
Okay, so following on what you're saying, there are a couple of micro fixes that we're going to be attempting over coming patches. A revenge one is one change. A revive, probably it won't be like it won't be to the unlimited number of revives. This is a different issue. For us, it'll be to time of revive, maybe more down the line, but this is something to make it less effective to raise up your buddy in mid-fight.
Yeah.
So it's something we're definitively looking into.
Cool.
It's also a soon TM.
That is a soon TM, indeed. Okay. Ba-ba-da-ba-da. Damien, I think, did you see this question from Rakani on the screen to your left?
Rakani. So I've seen it. I'm not sure what the question is. So I don't know what he's referring to.
I thought he was referring to the
Can you-
rewards from the event.
Ah, yes.
Yeah? See?
When you maybe. So let's ask the question.
Sorry, everybody.
Rakani _.
Yep.
At For Honor Game, can you explain the XP boost ticket for every character at rep 1 to 49? It wasn't explained too well the first time around. So yeah, so the idea is that we want to give, I don't know in fact,
Okay. Then let's just
we
let
want to
it.
give an XP boost for each character that is between rep 1 and 49, and that was part of the event. I don't know when we do it.
Yeah.
And I don't know if the amount of XP boost differs depending on which rep level you've reached. But I
Okay.
don't think so. I think it's 1 XP boost per.
Okay.
So, yeah.
We don't know, is the short answer.
Alex,
And,
can you ask?
yeah.
Maybe?
Maybe, yeah, maybe.
Maybe
Jeremy
we'll come
or
back
something.
to it in 10 minutes.
Yes. Don't delete it, though, so you know what to ask.
Each time with those subjects, we change it so many times
Yeah.
that in the end I'm like, what have we decided?
Yes.
I can't remember. Anyway.
Okay. Da-da-da.
Krill again.
Krill Tick.
Are there
Are
any
there any plans to update the order system? I.e., change what orders are available for both daily and non-daily pools?
So the team working on orders is always looking at ways to change order, improve orders. So we have new ideas coming to orders, but not what he's waiting for. We have many ideas, I would say, right now. We're bouncing on ideas. Nothing is defined yet. Nothing is. But the team want to improve orders at one point. Not a high priority at all, because we're working on higher priority stuff. But it's something we want to regularly update with new ideas and things like that.
Okay. Oh, let's see. You tell me, Damien, which one of these you want to answer. I can't tell from your notes.
Yeah, so some of our sarcastic answers.
Yeah. Not helpful.
Yeah, Night Rame.
Raimi.
Could
be Raimi.
Anyway, Raimi, is there any chance search parameters are being looked at? So he means matchmaking parameters. I regularly match up with the same person in duels despite how much time between matches. This is, so we are looking at matchmaking, of course, big subject of today and past Warriors 10, so I won't go back to that. I think this happens because this player fits well your rep and your skill, maybe, and he's looking at matches at the same time than you. We don't have any blacklisting system right now, so that's why also when you ask to find a new opponent, you can face back exactly the same person. It's something we'd like to do in the future, but for the moment, not at the highest priority. I think it's because that character fits the best, and we don't have a system where we say, okay, you face that person 3 times or 5 times, so we discard him for I don't know, 5 matches or whatever. We don't have a system like that. So that's the reason why.
Not yet, at least.
Not yet, at least.
Cool. And this last one, shall we do?
Which one? Candle in the Dark? Yeah. He's asking question about matchmaking, basically. He's saying that he's switching a platform to another one, so he's bringing his skill with him, but not his stats with him. So then, of course, he's facing lower rep or lower skill players. And he's saying, yeah, but so right now, for the game to know your skill, it's between 10 and 20 matches.
Okay.
It's stabilized around 20 matches. So I think the first 10, 20 matches of that person who moved from one platform to the other, he was facing very bad players, of course. But then it should stabilize. The fact that we still matchmake with skill means that now I think he should be more playing with players of his skill. Yet, of course, because now we take into account more the reputation levels than before, maybe he's facing an in-between of that, I don't know. That's part of what we're playing with right now. And then he's asking a good question, in fact, and a question that we had a lot internally. He's saying, hey, why don't you let us select the character before the matchmaking? So then DMMR would be linked to the character and not your account. Then it would be more accurate. So one of the obvious reasons why we don't do that is because we would need to change everything in the game, system. The whole flow, the entire system and all. So it's a huge task. But it's not a bigger task than doing dedicated servers, of course. But it's a huge task.
Yeah.
But then there would be a direct impact by doing that you wouldn't have any more team composition because you would have selected your character before. So, and one of the direction where we try to go with For Honor is to be more team play. We have to have a stronger team composition, have heroes that complement each other better with feats and things like that, like you said, and we have other ideas going towards that. And so if we were doing that flow, then it would go in the direct opposite where we'd like the game also to be in the coming years.
Okay.
So for the moment, that's the reason why we are not favoring that idea too much. But I think it's a really good idea.
Cool. Yeah,
So,
it's very interesting.
So now we're more looking to team balancing when you've selected your hero. So we have other ideas to try to balance that in a different way. But those are very interesting discussions. And so now I'm 20 minutes late in the meeting.
Before we go, I have
So
a
I
direct
won't
question
stay
to
for
me
the
from
community
chat
corner for sure.
that I must address. Viet Princess. I am so sorry. I am so sorry. Viet Princess. Eric, where did you buy your shirt? I would like to buy this for my boyfriend. I got this at H&M. Delightful store, H&M. I don't know if you have H&M wherever you live, but it's an H&M shirt.
It's a very hard store to find.
No.
Yeah, I'm kidding.
No. I don't know. So there you go.
French sarcasm.
Yeah, I can never pick up the French sarcasm. Well, thank you. You said you were going to do a quick Q&A, and that was not quick. So.
Yeah, but I said I would try.
Are you late for a meeting now?
I'm 20 minutes late and I
Great.
need to eat, so I don't know what I will
That
do
means people
first.
will be mad at all of us when we get back to our desks. So I will let you go. Unless you want to stick around for Community Corner. I think you probably have meetings too.
What time are we at?
It's
We're
1:15.
at 1:20.
1:20.
Oh, I'm starting to be late right now.
Okay, great. So thank you. That's our Q&A for now. We'll do it again, obviously, soon in the future. Thank you for all the questions. Sorry for the questions we couldn't get to because we could only do so much. But thank you, and thank you guys. We'll see you again soon on the show. I'll let you go, and we'll be
Next
back
week,
with Community
maybe?
Corner. Next week, you'll at least be on the show.
We won't be left. We will still be here.
You'll still be here. Yep. Cool. Thanks,
won't.
guys. So let's let you go and come back with Community Corner. Okay, thank you. It's just me all by myself now, but I'm never by myself because you, the viewer, the community, you're with me. So I'm gonna get comfortable here like I do for Community Corner. If you've never seen the show or if you're new, Community Corner is something we do every week where we showcase the best and funniest and most interesting and most creative clips from the community because you're constantly doing great stuff and we want to showcase it when we can. What always works best for the show, though, are short clips because long ones mean we can only show a certain amount.
So
Damien's back.
It's one hero for each hero that is between Rep 1 and Rep 49.
For Rakani's question, to explain the XP boost tickets, it's one
ticket
you get one ticket
per hero
between Rep 1 and Rep 49. I hope you're still watching, Rakani. I don't know if you are. All right, thanks, guys. Okay, let's get into the Community Corner. Proud Light Spammer has a video. When Comic Book Samurai is surrounded by a foe, he treats them as a comic book samurai surrounded by a foe.
Scheiße, ist der Combine.
Az a buzi rájtszak a szorosi patronodai.
Leszettem 3-at, geci! Vagy 4-et szedtem le?
Well done, Comic Book Samurai. That was quite the win for your team there. Okay, Spy Inc. Metal as hell. This one. Metal. Okay, V-Nimby. This is a video, but there's no sound, so you get to listen to my heavy breathing. Raiders will raid. It's a true thing about Raiders. One of my one of my mains, I would say, is a raider. I'm not very good with him, but I'm definitely not as good as this guy. But also, be aware. Be aware when you're doing these group fights. Revenge will fuck you up. Well done, Raider. Well done, Raider. I salute you. Okay, Gartenspaten video. Apparently, too much ad mortem transports your opponent right into the shadow realm.
Ad mortem inumicus! Ad mortem inumicus! Verbonnen!
Septic death hat aufgegeben, he quit the match is what he did, I think. That was very funny. Good job, Gartenspaten. Okay, this I love. This is one of our longer videos. I think this is probably one of the longest ones we do today. It's not super long. It's only a couple minutes, but Miller Von 1 did For Honor Infinity War trailer.
There was an idea to bring together a group of remarkable people, to see if we could become something more. So when they needed us, we could fight the battles
that they never could.
War. The natural state of our species. Do you know what kind of creature waits for its own slaughter? Sheep.
Who do you think you are?
War. I am war.
That got me hyped. Good job, Miller Von 1. Okay, Keck Management video. You're not dead until you're dead. It's a good lesson to learn. I feel like almost once a week we have someone who just like thinks they've got a match won and they start bragging and then they get killed. Okay, Rabbi Andy, I managed to crushing Counter-Strike a minion. I was not aware you could do that, and that's why I showed that video. So now you're all aware that you can do that, for what it's worth. All right, from Red Ranger Mez, that's a lot of damage.
Victory!
I like a good Shigoki. I like seeing a good Shigoki play the game. Yeah, watch out for that. Watch out for those. All right, Sweet Lovebringer gives us Lawbringer at his best.
Stand clear!
Убил меня этот уебок. Трейдера поднял.
That's an execution.
Доброї ночі всім.
Shout out to our Russian player base. You guys are very good with the videos. Keep them up. Okay, Danny Usagi. When your teammate in the ballista does his job right, featuring cool slow motion. I like at the end that the Nobushi runs toward his teammate. I assume to go like hug them. Super good timing. Love it. Okay, the Shark Craft. If my team won't kill you, I will do it myself.
Enemy rally! You captured Zone C. Victory!
That was so good. So good. Intense. All right. Buddy Jumps. We've got a quick one. Completely forgot about that thing. Wish we had more dynamic elements like this. Yes. I bet those guys were not happy about that thing. We've got a GIF. This is our only GIF of the week from Aussie Rocker. Oh yeah, I love this. Actually, I wanted to do this because it's good, but also I wish, because Aussie Rocker says he's a new player, I wish he would redo this with sound, because it would be much better with sound. As a newish player that came to the game, I really love this game, so I edited a little something. Let's check it out. I would call it a high quality meme. Is it Attack on Titan? I think so. I'm not big on my animes. So even without the sound, it still makes me laugh. He's at the zone. Help at Battlefield. Good stuff, good stuff. Okay, our last clip of the week from Flukerson. This is a couple weeks old. Sorry, I missed it a couple weeks ago. I don't know. Maybe it was on when I was on vacation. Conqueror saves for honor. This is our last clip, and if we haven't already done the raffle, I think we probably did. So we'll take off after this. So thank you to everyone. Thank you, Flukerson. Let's check it out.
Nice Conqueror. What a professional.
Hello there.
What? I will have my vengeance.
Why you bullying me?
What a professional.
Oh, I can't believe it!
Let's get him!
No!
I pray to you, Pope, that the gods of this land may stop and hear my cry. Normally, I wouldn't try to bother you, but lately being a knight makes me want to die. Our banners are stained with the color of failure, and even our volcano has been lost. These memes that I've arranged to send you today are to end the faction war at any cost.
That